If you're a fan of my type of videos, I'd really appreciate it if you like and subscribe, but you don't have to. Today's video, we have a very, very interesting one, so you're going to want to stick around until the end. This is the story of the Kandahar Giant. In 2002, there was an army patrol in Afghanistan, but no one heard from the patrol from a long time. They didn't answer their radios or get in contact with the rest of the army. After a while, the army sent out another group to go looking for them. Where they were looking at was a beautiful mountain in Afghanistan. But when they were walking up the mountain, they started seeing really, really weird stuff that led to them worrying about the patrol that they were looking for. They were walking up, they found scattered pieces of army equipment. These pieces were from the army patrol that they were looking for, and this led them to start worrying and questioning what's going on here and what happened to them. They were pointing their guns around, looking around every corner to make sure there wasn't anyone hiding or just waiting to kill them. They were expecting that they would see some kind of Afghanistan soldiers just waiting for them. But they didn't find anything except more and more pieces of military equipment. They were ready if anything happened as they kept walking up the mountain. They weren't really seeing much besides army gear scattered all around, when all of a sudden they found a big cave in the side of the mountain. When all of a sudden they heard something down in the cave, and then something came running towards them. They explained what was running at them. They claimed it was a 13 feet tall giant that had red hair and 6 fingers on each hand. He came running at them with a giant spear. They pulled out their guns and started shooting right away. He threw the spear at one of them, and it actually killed one of them. It killed one of the soldiers. And then the other soldiers just kept shooting at him. They were shooting with their M30 carbines. After taking a bunch of shots, the giant fell over and died. After they had killed the giant, they called the army up and told them what happened. They didn't believe what they were hearing, and they sent out a helicopter to go over and check it out. The helicopter flew over there and picked up this giant and brought it back to an army base. And while it was there, the soldiers were telling the story of what happened. When the army leader said, "Listen, you can't tell the story, you gotta make something else up." They were trying to cover up the story because they did not want anyone else to know. So they ended up making a fake story about how the soldier ended up getting killed. They were told not to tell anybody about this. But then later, one army soldier came out and told everybody about the actual story. We'll just call the soldier Jerry. Well, here's a clip from an interview that Jerry had.
Into a very remote section of Afghanistan because a patrol had basically gone missing.
Exactly.
Okay,
There's
there's
no
no villages around
nothing
for miles.
Right.
So it's very remote.
Yeah, very remote. So we flew in. About 4 kilometers. We're hiking through the same area where they were supposed to make one of their checkpoints, one of their rally points. And before we left, there was all kinds of what happened with an ambush, but that was even odd because at point of ambush, we'd call for maybe close air support, something, okay? There was no calls made, just off the grid. So we're coming down a mountainside, and it was a nice path, a goat path. As we bent around this corner, you could see this opening of the cave. There's a cave as we're coming around. And then I see there's a lot of rocks, which is another oddity, and then bone matter. I'm not close enough to identify what kind of bones, but I did see something I knew was a piece of our communications equipment. So instantly, we're thinking ambush, maybe animal, it could be anything. And there was enough room in front of this cave, but it had a sheer drop-off. But there was enough room that we actually got into a decent dispersal in case of ambush.
You see something coming out of the cave, and it's moving with a speed and agility that catches you off guard.
Everybody. And he comes out. It was a man at least 12 to 15 feet in height. This is a monster. Red beard, Then his hair was longish, past the shoulder, a scarlet red, and Dan runs at him and starts shooting, which broke all of us into the reality. Because it was
So
surreal.
now your training is kicking in.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
muscle memory, complete muscle memory. While Dan is moving at him, another bro of mine's laying down fire and I start firing. He skewers Dan. He's now got him on this pike. It went through him. And he's still got him. And he's coming after more. We all just clicked in. I don't know what it was, but I remember we're all like, shoot him in the face, shoot him in the face. And our weapons components were M4s, we had 308s, and we had Barrett 50s. This is sounding longer than it took. We're talking 30 seconds. And he's taking multiple hits, and is still moving.
He talked about
That was it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and tell me what you think about it in the comments down below.